Now that you have the machine threaded, let's take a look at how to do a straight stitch. First, I want you to check your bobbin. The bobbin that you're looking at right here where the thread is coming off up there, this bobbin is not correctly loaded. Your thread should be seated in a guide that's underneath this little deal. So what I want you to do, if your bobbin is coming off the top like that, you're going to need to bring that thread around just like this and secure it behind this little flap. Might have to use your finger to help it. And then bring it on around. If you can see right under here, there's a little metal guide. And when you pull it around here and come around, it should put your bobbin thread in there. Now, for this machine, you can cut it off right here. It's going to give you the perfect length bobbin thread, so they say. I've had trouble getting it to pick up the thread when I cut it off. So what I do, instead of snapping it off, I just pull it on out, just like this. Then you can put your plate back in, and you see my bobbin thread's coming out this direction. That's okay, just drag it off towards the back. Now I have my top thread coming through the needle. So right now you see I have one thread in the needle and I have one thread coming out this bottom plate. So we want to pick it up. Hold your top thread, the blue thread on mine. You're not pulling it, you're just going to hold it tight and turn the hand wheel toward you. It's going to put that needle down into the needle plate there. And then do you see it bringing up the bottom thread? Okay. Sometimes it takes one or two passes to pick that up. Just go slow and give it an opportunity. Then you're going to pull up. Now the white thread right here, this is my bobbin thread. So I'm going to take that loop and pull it up. Then I'm going to slide around to the front and go through that notch in there. So at this point, my needle thread is coming from the top. That's the blue one. And my white thread, my bobbin thread, is coming out of the bottom. They're not joined right now. Now they'll lock together when I put fabric under it. So check that. Be sure that your bobbin thread is loaded properly, and that's how you pull the thread up. Now let's select a straight stitch. I have my tension on 4 because I'm going to sew on a piece of quilting fabric, which is just a normal piece of fabric. You want your stitch length guide. Now for us, like we talked about in the last video, this is going to give you the black stitch from each selection. Every position on this wheel has got 3 choices. This area up here correlates to the black stitch. If you go to S1, you get the blue stitch. If you go to S2, that's going to give you the red stitch for each position. So I've got my stitch length at about a 4. I'm right here on the, that would be a buttonhole. So this is your first choice right here, center needle. Yep, that's it. So let's go over here and see if we can make a seam. I'll show you how to turn a corner too. Okay, I have a piece of fabric and it is double layer. So I'm going to put it under here. I'm just gonna, I kind of cut that crooked, but I'm just gonna line it up maybe with like the 3/8 inch seam allowance and let my foot down, okay? Now I'm holding both threads. I have the blue one and the white one, which is top and bottom. I'm not pulling on them. I'm just gonna hold them so that they don't get sucked back in here. Actually, what I'm gonna do, let me raise this up. Let's go in a little bit deeper and I'll show you how to lock that seam. So you see, I'm not actually at the edge. I'm a little bit past that. So holding your threads, rotate the hand wheel towards you. until the needle goes down into the fabric. Now, to lock the seam, you're going to press down on the reverse button and then give it a little bit of gas on your foot pedal. Now, it's going to go backwards, 2 or 3 stitches, go out to the edge, and then let back up, and you'll be sewing forward. That is going to secure that end of your straight stitch. So then we're going to sew just like we're going all the way down just before we get to the edge. And you want to stop with your needle in the fabric. If not, if it stops while the needle's up, just roll the hand wheel towards you. If you go a little bit too far, press the reverse button. You'll go backwards. So there's nothing that can't be fixed. Now, when you're ready to turn your corner, your needle is in the down position. Lift up that presser foot and spin your fabric to the next direction. Okay. Then you let your foot down, turn your wheel to sink that needle. Oh, well, it's already in there. Give it some gas, and you'll be going again. Now, when you get to the edge of your fabric, reverse again, 2 or 3 stitches, and you have secured that seam. So, raise your needle up, and raise your foot up, pull your fabric out, and you can cut it on the side cutter. Now you see my blue stitches are on the top, my white stitches are on the bottom. So check your bobbin. From what I think, a lot of the questions I'm getting, it's because your bobbin is not loaded correctly. When you look at it, and you can see it here, hopefully, your bobbin thread should be coming, you see the thread is coming across here because it's anchored in that little guide that's underneath this little flap. Okay, it's got to be in that tension guide right there. If it's coming over from here, you're not getting any tension on it, and that's one reason your stitches are not doing well. If you're having trouble picking up your thread, you could just have a bad needle. There's a very precise thing that happens when your needle picks up that thread, and if the needle hole is a little off center or worn or has a snag, whatever, it could just be a bad needle. So try a new needle. Okay, I hope this helps y'all get started. So go sew pretty things, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thank you.